Hi guys, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. So today we're going to be doing a bit of an angled road. So it's going to be a bit of a random video, just kind of like on its own, but I was kind of doing this anyway, going up a hill and going up a hill at an angle, and I thought it'd be actually quite interesting to show you guys how I set it out, really. So we've got the nice house that I've been working on over here. We've got a road going across this way, which is already at an angle, and it kind of like weaves in a little bit around the cliff. So I ended up building this cliff, making the road just to kind of fit. So we got this road here, but it's not too steep, so if you were actually going down it, it wouldn't be too bad. As you can see there, if I'm going in a straight line, it's pretty good. So not too bad, not too weavy. And then what I'm going to, or what I was planning on doing, is having a road that's joining onto this one, so it'll just, you know, be a intersection. This one will actually go up the hill, and then it's going to wrap around here as well. So we're going to have like a going around a curve as well, and it's not going to be like a normal curve, so it's going to be very much dependent on the terrain. So if you did have this, bring your main road as far as you can until you get to it. Then what I did is I put down just blocks, and I've been using two different types of blocks for this. I've got quartz slabs for the, or quartz blocks, sorry, for the white line, and then I've actually got an asphalt texture in my mod, so I'm actually using modded blocks for this. But you can just use cobblestone and cobblestone slab for those two bits if you wanted to. It depends on what you're actually going to be doing. Either that, or you can just do it completely in full blocks. And you just step down in full blocks as well. So depending on your actual hill, with this one, I kind of like saw that I didn't want to, if I brought it in here, that would have been a really horrible steep turn, and then when I get to here, it'd have to turn around like that, and that doesn't make any sense. So if you're actually making a road, you're trying to make it kind of as straight as possible, or as, you know, going up the hill as naturally and as easily as possible. So I decided to start from here and then start going out. And I pretty much just started with this edge bit, so I just started doing slabs. So whenever if I actually show you guys on like this block here, say if we're going to go up this one, I'd end up going like 1, 2, 3, 4, then go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5, that's fine. And I'll end up switching these ones out for the blocks. Right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you end up cutting it back a little bit until you get it. And that's how you would actually do your, how you break up the blocks themselves. Or, you know, this main hill itself into it. And then, in this case, I've used... Actually, I need to fill in that bit, I didn't realise. In this case, I've used some stone brick with a slab on top to actually break apart the grass that's behind it. But you can kind of see where it is here. And we'll do something similar as well to probably, most likely, cut it back like this. And then, yeah, we can let all this fill in, really. But that's what you kind of do, is start layering up. So, first thing I did is, yep, get that line. So you can see here you got the slabs, then blocks, and here we go. You can see where it's cut in here. Slabs and blocks and slabs and blocks, and that goes all the way up. Then get a more straight bit here, and then we get a bit here, and then going to end up possibly, depending on how I make the hills. So I won't make this decision yet, but depending on how I make the hills, it might be one that goes around here and then whips around again, or this might be more of a straight road that makes its way through more cliffs and stuff like that. I think that's probably going to be the more likely option. So when considering the road, also make sure if you're going to have a walkway or not. I decided not to have a walkway on this side because most likely, due to the way that where I've got the house and everything, this will be an extra road onto it. They'll link onto it, and there'll be an intersection down here. And then that'll, you know, lead up to this house, and there's probably going to be another house around here. But if I have a look at it, there is this bit, there's a lake right here, so this road will kind of wrap around as well. So I can either have the walkway going down that way, or what I'm actually going to have is the walkway on the other side of the road. So I'm going to just do one walkway rather than have it on both, because you don't have to have it on both, so I'll have something like that. The next thing is not going up at a straight angle. As you can see, I've ended up splitting this up and actually angling it back, because the hill is right here, going naturally like this way. It's a lot stronger than what I've actually got here, but if I'd done it matching this, it would have looked horrible. So I've kind of gone for that kind of angle. And yeah, let's just continue on a little bit. So I've just got slabs, and with my roads I've got 5 going across, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I just keep that rule of thumb. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I'll have white in the middle. And the way I do it is literally like that, and I'll show you how I then angle it back like that, and then 2, 3, 4, and that goes out. No, that can't go out. What's going on here? Ah, there you go. Those ones go in there. Right, then we have that on the outside, and that on the outside, then fill this in. I usually fill it all in because then when I'm editing it, it's a lot easier to see. So you can kind of see that looks horribly and straight. If I'd done that all the way going up, it just wouldn't look right. You notice how much I'm actually having to cut back as well on this hill. It's kind of nuts. But that's just the way it is. So we've got 4 there. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the same here. I'm just going to make it flat for the time being, and then I'll show you once I've got a nice clear spot. So all I'm doing is following this angle that I set off on one side, and it makes it a lot easier if you do that, because then you know it's going to be right, or right for whatever you're trying to do. There we go, right, okay. Like that, and one last bit. Like that, okay. So, that one could be in there, like that. Right, so the angle that we've got so far, we've been using is like 4, 4, 4, and then whatever's left over. So you can see here I've got 4, 4, 4, and then whatever's left over. Which I don't know how that's actually worked out, but it has somehow, so we'll keep on going with that. So we get to here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then I'm going to bring this bit forwards. And by forwards, all I mean is just switch out some of them for blocks, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. That, and then this one will also go forwards. There we go, so that's what we should have had. Don't know what's gone on here. Got a 3 somewhere. No, see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Weird. Just weird. And then I'll just bring this forwards anyway. And then that will look a lot more natural. There you go. So you can kind of see what happens there. That looks a lot more natural than what we had before. And I'll just work my way up, really. And then what we're going to do in a second is we're going to do an intersection as well. We're actually going to join it all together. So if we go for this again, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's got this as well. So do it on this slab bit as well to show you guys how to do that. It's nice and easy. There we go. And then this one here. Don't worry too much about destroying a natural hill as long as it ends up turning out all right, because I'm probably going to have a cliff here, so similar to this one, I can just meld it in. Right, so there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go in that block as well. Right. And once you've got this bit done, we'll be ready to build the next bit. Okie dokie. So there you go. You get these 2 flat bits. So if we count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 even. 1, 2. I was going to build it on top. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here as well. Like that. And then here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That. That's how we get the angle. So you can see how that kind of starts to work its way through. You probably don't want to make it this regular all the time. So you might want to, every so often, literally just like shake it up a little bit and just do stuff like this. Or knock that one back and maybe knock that one back or something. You know, just make it a little bit more. It depends on your actual natural hill. I've got a 4-leaf clover way over there. It's way too far to actually go to. But that is a pretty good example of how to do it. So for example, this one definitely looks too regular to me. So I'll knock that one back and knock that one back and put that one in there. And then that will make it a little bit more roughed up and that will look quite good. And you pretty much just continue this on until you get to your flat area. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. The other bits that you can kind of do is matching these two together. So if we continued on, and let's have a look at where my natural road's going to go, because that's the most important thing. Is it's all about being, or making it as natural as possible. So first things first, I'm going to just get rid of these, because otherwise it's going to mess me up later on. I'm going to think that that's going to make a line, and that actually wasn't. There we go. Right. So if we're continuing this on, that, and that's probably going to go across to there and then go up that way or something. So there we go. So let's just do some more of this. And that'll be enough for that. Just continue these lines, and I always do it off the lines, because you'll find that if you get these right, the rest of it is literally just filler blocks. They're not really as important. I'll fix all that in a bit, and then this one would of course go to here. And I get this whole like hill here, but we're going to be deleting this anyway because of our road system. So we're going to end up getting like a bit of a join anyway, which could technically have been on a bit of an angle. So I'll have a look at that. That's going to make it even more interesting. Right. Okay. So that's what I get. So I've got to kind of make it work its way into this rough shape. Okay. Right. So if we're going out to there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then it's just going to be straight then. Just join that in the middle for now. And if we do the same on this bit as well. Now, with my roads, they are the UK style, so that is drive on the left. So what I'm always thinking about, and this is the best way to do it, is literally just to go as if you're going to be journeying and go, okay, well if I was going to turn up here, this is going to be a bit steep, isn't it? So you end up like cutting the corner back quite a lot. And then you end up moving this line a little bit as well, which is absolutely fine. So there we go. So maybe we do something like that, or something else. I'm going to do some dots on this line. There we go, so we get something like that. We'll see if that looks okay. Does that look alright? I'm going to end up doing something like this instead. I'm just going to knock those two in so we know where that straight line is. Right. And because of the angle, I definitely want to pull these ones forwards as well. So you can see my angle behind it, and I'm just freestyling this bit. So it needs to be done that way to make it kind of join on this angle. Right, so that one doesn't need to be there. But I could have those in there, or put that in there for now. That. And with this one, I want it to be more of a stop line, so with driving here, you'd rather them actually stop physically. And I think that corner does need to be cut even more as well. There we go. We could always have a dotted line if we wanted to. We'll just do something like that to actually get that kind of effect, but I am going to go with, I think, a more solid line. I think it will look better. And these I usually end up changing. Usually do. Hardly ever stick. And like this, I want to bring over there a bit more. So there we go. Get something like that. And then if I was here, I'd be able to drive this way. Or let's get to here. If it's clear, then I'll drive over this way. So it's whether I then do a dotted line on this bit. So you can kind of see how it gets a bit more like that. Mess around with it. Right, so then that will give me a rough join. Again, it'll probably change as it always does. I'll have a look at real roads and how they do them and all that kind of stuff, and it always gets changed a little bit, but that's kind of like a weird little very, very short how-to video on how you can actually do angled roads. So I'm going to continue this road up. As I said, I'm going to actually have a walkway on the side of mine. So I've got like this wall here, and that wall is probably going to well, it can actually end there, so that's quite good. At least that gives me an actual end, so I might do like 3 blocks of this or something. And I'll do the exact same style as when I'm doing it here, so I might actually have these going forwards or whatever. Or to keep it like true walkway style, actually I always have it a seaming slab above it all. It's the other way to do it. And that we do see quite often, but you'll most likely see it that also being going with the angle to make it more natural. So if we do this, probably wouldn't want that as much, but could go with something like that maybe. Depends on what we want to do over on this side really. If it's going to continue on like that or not, and that doesn't look good. Don't like that, but we could go with something like that. Yeah, something like that, or that's why that was there then. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Nice and simple. I'm just going to continue this on, and I'm building my walkway as well, as you can see, and just doing the same exact style with that to make it all fit in. It's all just making this kind of like meld in a bit. See, I don't like this because that then drops into this bit here. I kind of like want to fill that bit in, but I don't really need to because it's going back, so then I'd end up probably doing that to make it look a bit more natural and building that a bit up. So there we go, that'll do, at least for now. So there we go, and this can always be on this angle, so there you go. You can get something like that and you end up working your way up. So yeah, I'm going to continue doing this, guys. Yeah, if you like this kind of video, do give me a shout, and do say in the comments, as I'm always happy to do them as I kind of like come up with this kind of stuff. I think stuff like roundabouts and things like that would be kind of interesting to see how you can split them up and how you actually make them work and all that kind of stuff, so it's quite cool. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.